Hello there, everyone, and welcome to the Overcast. I am your host, Justin, aka Oversoul, and I am joined, like always, by my two co hosts, Simon and Garfunkel. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Nick and Brooksy.
What
What's
you did
up?
there?
Yes.
What's up,
Was I on
guys?
theme? I was on theme with
Yeah,
that
you
one.
were. You absolutely were.
So, anyways, though, in this episode, we're going to be talking about music rather than doing a sequel episode to the soundtracks episode that Nick and I did a couple seasons back. That
Yeah.
that sequel plan is going to be repurposed into this all about the music episode. We talked exclusively about soundtracks then, but in this episode, we're going to be talking about all things music related. Um,
Yes.
so that'll be fun. You'll get to hear about all of our weird, obscure tastes. Um, but before that, it's the usual what have you. Oh, we'll be doing a themed media corner in this episode as well, just like the last one, where
Yeah.
everything we'll be talking about will be a review or recommendation for something music related. So I've got something very fun and obscure for that one. So just you
Oh
wait.
yeah.
Anywho, though, before that, the usual life updates. And
The wheel of choosing.
yeah, the wheel is back for this episode. So
The wheel of choosing.
we're gonna go ahead and spin that son of a bitch. Oh, it's
Ooh.
Hey, let's go.
it looks like it's Nick first for the life updates.
Oh, hell yeah. So, okay. So, for my life
I love how
updates,
excited you are, man.
huh?
So I love how excited you get.
Oh, dude. So okay. So no. So I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. I know I gave you guys a smidgen of a teaser of what this D&D campaign is going to be like. It's going to be so unhinged
Mm.
and filled with shenanigans. Um. So this first night of the campaign was nothing but like character building. One of my uh campaign mates, Evan, all of the people included are my coworkers. Evan's character, his name is Dave,
Mm.
and he has a middle name. Can you guess what it is?
Dave.
Is it Dave?
Yes,
Dave?
Dave. Um, he
It's
is
like that
an
anime, the Dan, or whatever it's called.
I'm over here
It's
thinking to
okay.
myself, must be.
It's so fucking funny. Like he's an orphan, and his parents died as crackheads, and
Oh.
his lucky charm that he carries around is a family heirloom. It's a hand me down crack pipe from his parents. I'm like
Oh,
this, and he'll do anything for
I
money.
thought he just had. I thought he was gonna be like, it was gonna be a necklace with like a vial of crack attached to
No,
it. It was like the
no, it was
last
a crack
the
pipe.
last little bit of crack they had left
It
before they
was a
died. He
crack
just
pipe.
carries it around
It was
his
so
neck.
fucking. It was so fucking funny. But no, we have me, I'm a dragonborn fighter hockey player hybrid that breathes ice, and I've got my weapon of choice is a hockey stick, but in place of the blade that normally comes in contact with a hockey puck, is an
Mhm.
actual blade. So it's like more like a scythe, but in the shape of a hockey stick. Um, my character's name is Ragnar. I don't really have much of a backstory, but uh, I actually did a AI mock up of my character, and it turned out really fucking badass.
Hell yeah.
Um, but no, like this is gonna be a fun campaign. I can already tell. Oh, we have a bard that doesn't sing but is an alcoholic, and a sprite that is the size of a blade of grass that's sole purpose is to annoy people.
Nice. Nice.
Yes. Oh, it's gonna be fun. Okay, so Sarah just bought the Nintendo Switch 2 bundled with Mario Kart World, and as an early birthday present, I got her. I ended up canceling the physical copy order, and because it was on release day, it was like, oh, waiting for a product availability. I'm like, wait, it's out now. Let me cancel this since I haven't been charged for it yet.
Right.
And go buy it digitally for her on the Nintendo Switch too. I ended up, I as an early birthday present, I got her on digital Pokemon Pokopia.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
God. Dude, I know that's on your team. And like I thought it would do okay.
Is it still at 89 on Metacritic?
It is, as of me checking like 20 minutes ago and sighing. It's at an 88, but it is
88. Okay, it's still up
the
there.
highest it is the highest rated Pokemon game ever.
That's amazing.
It beats out Blue and Red. It beats out Gold and Silver.
What separates it?
Bro.
It's kind of a cozy game, and that is right up Sarah's alley.
This is the year of sleeper hits. This is going to be a year of games that surprise us, I think, because no one was expecting some of the things that have been as good as they are to be as good as they are. So and I think that's a trend we're going to continue to see happen throughout the year. I hope Crimson Desert and Pragmata follow this trend as well.
God, I hope so, dude. I'm a little nervous about my team now. I ain't gonna lie. Anyways, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So a week from tomorrow, I will be. Obviously, I have work, but after I get home from work, we will be making our way out to Rockford for Willow's spring break. We're gonna go stay at my mom's, and we're gonna open Christmas presents that we weren't able to open on Christmas because we weren't able to make it because
presents in March.
In the package processing business, it gets really busy around the holidays, and it makes it very difficult to take time off.
Yeah,
but that's exciting. Probably I'm gonna see if Penn wants to go bowling at Don Carter Lane, since that's the closest bowling alley to my mom's house. Let's see what else. Oh, so on March 12th, I have my ticket to go see the new A24 film Undertone.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it looks sick.
Yeah,
it looks sick.
I'm so excited. It's not. I'm not even going on opening day. I'm going the day before opening day.
Nice.
I love audio-based stuff. I think audio plays a huge role in what frightens me in a lot of the horror games I play, especially with headphones.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm really looking forward to this movie for that reason.
That'll do it for me. Brooksy, what do you got?
Yes, the wheel has determined the order.
Yeah. Man, work's been insane. I will say this has been the best quarter I think I've ever had in my career in staffing and recruiting.
Hell yeah.
I had a really cool full circle moment where the biggest deal that I had ever made in my career was a couple years ago, and it was with this manufacturing group, and I got this guy hired there, and he was super awesome guy. Loved him to pieces. Like, just as a person, I really liked him a lot, and it just so happened to be also the biggest billing thing I'd ever done in my career.
Mm-hmm.
And about a year and a half after that, about 3 or 4 months ago, he gave me a call to let me know that he was no longer part of the company, and
Oh
that he was
no.
asked to leave, and it was a shock to both he and I. And I felt awful for the guy. And around that time, I I've been working with this other manufacturing group in the same area of the country, and I know that they had someone that was in a similar position that was super underperforming, and frankly, a, a an asshole. I will say it was one of the least favorite people I'd ever worked with. And I've talked to some people in leadership, and one thing just kind of led to another, where it was like, we're not thrilled with this guy, and we kind of need to find a replacement. And I'm like, I know a lot of recruiters will say I know a guy, but I legitimately know a guy for this. That would be perfect. Could start immediately. Da 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 da. One thing led to another, and like 2 weeks later, after several interviews, the guy got an offer letter, and I ended up getting to place this
Nice.
guy twice. And like he and I have a really cool relationship. I love the dude like a whole lot.
He said, "Deal's so
And
nice, I placed him twice."
really honestly, I joked with him on the phone. I was like, I think we've kind of made lifers out of each other, huh? And he goes, yeah, there's no question about that. Like, there's no question on that. I'm so happy for him because it's a great company that he's going to be a part of. And it's just such a cool first full circle moment for me.
It's awesome.
Otherwise, yeah, dude, it was awesome. Otherwise, y'all know I do this stuff in my mutual aid group. A
Yes.
few days ago,
Tell us.
Yes.
Give us all
I
the juicy
held
details.
I held a political education class. The political education does not need to specifically be politics. It's essentially just free education. And I do staffing and recruiting, and so I
Education
am
is
doing
good.
two.
We're in short supply of that these
Yeah,
days.
we really are, man.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing two classes, and I just did my first one. The first one was over how to write a professional resume. And the second one that I'm going to be doing in about a week and a half is how to interview, from phone calls to video calls to in person. And
Hell
dude,
yeah.
I was so nervous because I had like the leader of my mutual aid group kind of like right there next to me through the entire thing, and like he's been a part of this organization for a very, very long time, and he is well known and well received. And it's like, oh man, this like pressure's kind of on right now for me, man. I ended up having like 25 people be a part of this class.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Nice
dude, I was really
turnout.
excited about it. Like a really good turnout. It was like an hour long. I got to answer a lot of really great questions.
Hell yeah.
The few things that I really loved is one, my wonderful, incredible partner. She was texting me the entire time, being like, "I'm not even lying when I say this. You're fucking killing it right now. Like you are crushing this so hard." And it meant a
That's
lot to me.
awesome. That's
Our
awesome.
chairman, yeah, dude, our chairman texted me immediately after, said that was a really great workshop, great job tonight. And that like holy crap. But my favorite thing is there's somebody that's part of our mutual aid group that reached out to me a couple weeks ago, was like, hey, I know you do staffing and recruiting. I've got an interview that's coming up and I really need help. Like, because I'm really bad at interviewing. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So I got on like a Teams call with them, and for like an hour, we just walked through every single scenario possible. It made sure they felt as comfortable as humanly possible, and they walked away feeling super confident. We kept texting just to answer some extra things, and they crushed their interview, and they were originally going to be set up for another interview, but they didn't get another interview. And they messaged that at the very end of our class, and it's because they did so well on that first interview.
Offer
They got
letter?
the offer right off the rip. And
Nice.
I did not know that until the very end of my class. And I'm so
Impressive.
happy I had my
That's
I'm
amazing.
dude, I was so excited and I'm so happy for them. This was like a dream job for them too, and like it meant the world to me because like
That's amazing.
I do staffing and recruiting in a capitalistic standpoint, and in a perfect world for me, it would be solely just to be able to help people have a better life and do what they really want to do. And I got to do that. And dude,
That's amazing.
that was so rewarding for me, and it was so exciting, man. Like it was like that's like a top 10 moment in general for me.
That's
And
amazing.
it was just so cool. So I had that. I've been playing a bunch of games. I'm getting close to finishing up Romeo's a Dead Man. I've gotten pretty decently far into Mio. Um, I did I did a I broke my own rule of trying to budget on games, and I still picked up a physical copy of Resident Evil Requiem. I'm only like an
Hey,
hour in, but you know, I'm sorry. It looked cool, and it is
You
cool.
did the right thing.
Da-
You will not be disappointed.
da- Daddy Leon is so back.
Daddy Leon.
um, I'm sorry, man. Like God, it's good. It's
I
really
love
good.
it.
Oh, and you haven't
Only
seen shit yet. You haven't seen shit.
oh, I don't know, man. I literally like Sam laughed so hard when I got to play as Leon, and I like did a roundhouse kick, and it shot an enemy like 5 feet back. And she was like, "What is this anime John Wick?" I was like, "Yeah, it literally is.
Yeah,
That's literally what this
I
is."
mean,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
no, seriously, when I'm playing that game, every time you roundhouse kick a zombie, I just hear Peter Griffin in my head go, Roadhouse. Roadhouse.
Every every time I shoot
Roadhouse.
someone square in the face and kick them, like I literally think Keanu Reeves, I need a gun.
Yeah.
Like that's literally all I can think.
Yeah,
So I've been
you'll
playing.
just have to tell her the Grace parts are gonna be like Resident Evil 7 and Village.
Yeah.
The Leon parts are gonna be like Resident Evil 4.
Yep.
Roadhouse.
100%. So I'm doing that, and then really the last thing is what I'm super excited about to be able to talk
Roadhouse.
about next time we get together is next weekend. Sam and I are taking a little trip, and I'm super excited about it. We're gonna go do a little bit of camping. It's gonna be coastal California, and it's like the kind of like the northernmost part of Southern California. I know that sounds ridiculous to say, but
Catalina Island, didn't you say?
no, Catalina Island's something that we're looking at for potentially our anniversary.
Okay.
No, we're gonna be going to this area called Morro Bay.
Okay. Nice.
It's just north of San Luis Obispo. It's about like a 7 hour drive.
Don't you fucking
Um,
dare.
I'm sorry.
God damn it,
I couldn't help
Brooksy.
myself, and two, that is actually true. It's like a 6.5 hour drive. But I'm excited to go up there because one, it's gorgeous. Two, I get to turn off my phone and unplug for a few days.
Hell yeah.
Three, in San Luis Obispo, we've had a lot of rain this beginning of the year here. So what's happening out there is called a super bloom, and it's essentially
Nice.
where all of these wildflowers by like the hundreds of thousands pop up out of nowhere in March. So
Mhm.
we're gonna go and see all of these like wildflowers. It's gonna be really pretty. Also, my therapist lives 30 minutes away from that area, so I finally get to do my first in-person therapy session after seeing her for like 4 years, and
Nice.
I'm so excited about that. But yeah, I'll talk more about that on our next one. But yeah, work's been good. My mutual aid stuff's been good. My wife and my puppies are happy, and I'm going on a trip soon. So like all intents and purposes, dude, things are actually pretty solid right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Justin, you wanna round us out?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up Resident Evil Requiem because I don't have much of anything going on as per the usual. So I figured I would dedicate my time here to just glazing that game because I've
Mm.
actually finished it. So, Brooksy, you're playing it. Game
Mhm.
game too spooky for Nick, so him watch instead.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Him
watching
watch.
your let's play. I'm
It's
watching your let's play.
You know what? If
I'll
the game was just
never
all the Leon parts, he could probably play it, but the Grace
Oh,
parts would be too hard for
absolutely.
him.
dude, as such of a big of a horror fan as you are, it will still catch me off guard that you're like spooky game.
He
No,
likes being
Okay.
along. He likes
I'm
being.
out.
He likes
Okay,
being
so hear
along
me
for the ride,
I
not in
did
the driver's seat.
Yeah.
pre-order Directive 8020, so
Yeah, but
I'm fucking excited for that.
those games are interactive movies where the game ends no matter who dies. So that's why it's an exception. But no, Resident Evil Requiem though. On that note though, so I've beaten the game, and you know, since this is an episode with a themed media corner entry, I'll just tell you this right here and now. I would give it a 9 out of 10. That's, I'm not trying to be cute because it's Resident Evil 9. I genuinely think
Right.
it is possibly. I still can't decide if I like this one or 7 more, but it's possibly the best Resident Evil game because it is the perfect marriage of both sides of the Resident Evil coin. The Grace side of things are, especially if you play it the way it's intended to be played, with Grace in first person and Leon in third. The Grace parts are very reminiscent of Resident Evil 7 and Village, where you're just kind of a normal guy thrust into this situation, normal everyday person. And then the Leon side of things, he's a seasoned veteran who's been through some shit and he's seen all this. Resident Evil 2 and its
Mhm.
remake are kind of scary when you're playing as him, but by the time you hit Resident Evil 4, he's literally roundhouse kicking Lost Plaguehouse
Oh
cultists,
yeah.
So and so this game just kind of like delivers even further on that. And what's crazy is Resident Evil 6 was a terrible game. Everyone hated it, but well, not everyone, but most people hated it. But what's crazy is that this game on Leon's side is bringing us level Resident Evil 6 level combat, but in a way that actually works this time. It's like they finally figured out the
Okay.
formula. And I think part of the key is that it's balanced so well with the horror stuff, and it's not Resident Evil 6, the whole thing was basically just what you said earlier, John Wick anime shit. Like over the top
Yeah.
non action. It was like Michael Bay, the video game. It had literally zero horror whatsoever. But the balance here is great. And even on Leon's side, obviously I won't spoil anything, but once you get to Raccoon City, there's some nice surprises there that still bring back a bit of the horror,
Nice.
even on his side. So like Nick is watching my Let's Play on YouTube of Resident Evil Requiem, and I, knowing that he's watching it, and probably maybe some other people who are new to the series, I do go out of my way in some points to try and explain things in terms of lore because the game does a lot of callbacks and stuff, especially when you get to Raccoon City. Raccoon City has a lot of callbacks to
Mhm.
Resident Evil 2 remake. But where I'm at in the Let's Play, we're not there yet, and by the time the audience is listening to this episode, probably still won't be there yet. Raccoon City's about the halfway point of the game.
Okay.
You spend most of the first half of the game you spend playing as Grace in the hospital area and doing the traditional run around and find items to solve puzzles thing, in a sort of like open map where you need one key card to get to one area, and then that leads you to another item that you put inside of a slot on a door that leads you to another thing that leads you to another thing that you put into another thing to go to the other place, you know. But Grace is less combat focused, and if you're playing on easy, you can still get a lot of items and ammo and stuff eventually. But there is something to be said about stealth and strategy on her side, and they're doing a really cool thing in this game, which I appreciate because zombies are kind of whatever. I like when Resident Evil does big goofy monsters instead, but like I'm more of a fan of like the giant spiders and the lickers over like the zombies.
Mhm.
That being said, the zombies in this game have this thing where they kind of like retain some of their memories of their real life, and as such they're kind of like on these like repeating cycles of what they were doing last before they died, and you can kind of use that to your advantage. Like there's a zombie that's obsessed with light switches, and if you turn a light on in one area, you can get him to move over there to that light so you can sneak past him and avoid combat. if you want.
Mm.
It's just kind of, shit like that that works really well. And you do stuff like that, slow, sneaky, getting jump scared left and right on Grace's side. Then you run through the same area later as Leon and just fucking slash everything to hell with a chainsaw, And it's absolutely great
Yeah.
juxtaposition. I love it. They play it so well. The Leon parts, I think what makes
The
it,
chainsaw part was pretty fucking cool.
because I've always been a like, I prefer when Resident Evil is horror over action. I thought 5 and 6 were both ass, but it works in this game because the Leon parts feel like a reward and a reprieve from what you've just been through as Grace, especially with how little bit it's dribbled in the first half of the game. But then when you get to the second half and you go to Raccoon City, it becomes a little more Leon focused at that point, and it is a little more
Yeah.
actiony, and it does start to get a little action movie, like Mission Impossible type shit, like motorcycle chases and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
Oh hell yeah.
yeah. So we do get some crazy shit in there, but they balance it out nicely with like the nostalgia for Raccoon City and the Raccoon Police Department, and like there is still some horror in there as well. And then it all comes together in the end. So there are moments where you play as Grace on Leon's side and some other horror stuff, but it is balanced that way. In the first half of the game, it's mostly Grace with some Leon. In the second half, it's mostly Leon with some Grace. But her parts are always way more horror focused, and his parts are always way more action focused. And obviously, no spoilers or anything, but what they do with the narrative in this game, I think, is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The way this game ends, I thought was perfection.
Oh yeah.
I'm
I
very,
can't wait.
very happy with it. Yeah. And the main villain in this game, Victor Gideon, amazing
Oh
voice performance. He sounds just like
yes,
Oh
he
yeah.
sounds just like Heath Ledger's Joker.
he
Whoever's
does.
doing that guy is playing a great villain. Yeah, I definitely think from what I've experienced so far, just the way some of the stuff works, and there's an interesting crafting mechanic in this game too, at least on Grace's side, where you collect blood from dead zombies with a blood injector thing, and you can use that to craft with mixed with scrap to craft like ammo and health injectors and shit like that. Um, and there are things you can do if you explore enough to unlock new crafting recipes. So eventually you can craft all kinds of shit that will help you get through. I won't spoil the kinds of items you get eventually, but it's definitely worth, when you're in the hospital level as her in the beginning, it is 100% worth going out of your way to find as much as you possibly can once you have open areas. Grace has a very low inventory to begin with, only like I want to say 8 slots. You will not get through the whole game with only 8 slots of inventory. You need to go out of your way to find the hip pouch upgrades to get more inventory slots. It is worth it, trust me. Um and a piece of advice I'll give everyone out there for Grace, once you get your hand on a knife, the best strategy I can give you, once you get the handgun and you get a knife, shoot a zombie in the head. This works best if you're playing on casual. I don't know about higher, but shoot them in the head once or twice until you see this melee icon come up. Run up to them and hit the melee icon. Grace will shove them so they fall down on the ground. Then you can crouch down and whack the shit out of them with the knife. And the game doesn't tell you this, but to use the knife, press the shoot button while you're not aiming. You only shoot if you press R2 while you're aiming. If you press R2 while you're not aiming, you'll use your melee weapon. So crouch down and knife the fuck out of their face until they die. That's the best way to get rid of them without wasting ammo. And especially in the early parts as Grace, eventually you collect enough blood, you find enough resources, especially on easy, you will have enough handgun ammo, but even with a lot of ammo, Grace still doesn't kill things as well as Leon. It takes a few more bullets for her. Like, I swear to God, it takes like 8 headshots to take a zombie down, playing as Grace on easy. So,
Jeez.
whereas with Leon, it's like 2. By the end of the game, I was blasting their heads off with 1 shotgun bullet. So,
Jesus.
yeah, it's great shit. So, just a little piece of advice for people out there that want to play it. Wanted to give my spoiler-free thoughts on the game.
Oh yeah.
Raccoon City's not a spoiler because that was like advertised. Like everyone knew we were going back to
Right.
Raccoon City. That was a big selling point of the game.
Oh yeah.
But it's basically the whole second half of the game is Raccoon City. That's like split into two acts. Act 1 is the hospital and act 2 is Raccoon City. So, but anyways, yeah, that's my hands-on. I honestly thought by the time we reached this episode it was going to be a hands-on preview, but no, that was a full-ass review. Not a proper one though, cuz I'm just giving like off the top of my head thoughts. If if that was a dedicated media corner entry, I would have had a more in-depth review, but
Yeah.
a
No.
lot of
No, you're
the
good.
things I want to say are spoilers, so I can't really,
Yeah.
But I will say
We'll
this
save
game
that for the spoiler cast.
this game proved me wrong. I wasn't sure they're going to be able to pull off the balance. I'm like, oh, as soon as I saw Leon was going to be in it, I kind of rolled my eyes at first, and I was like, God, why can't they just let the new protagonist shine without leaning on this? And then now that I've played the game, I am eating my words. I fucking loved it. Like I said, I don't know if it's my favorite yet or not. I need to see how I feel, but it's the first Resident Evil where I felt inclined to do multiple playthroughs besides 7. The only other game I've ever played multiple times is 7. So it's between Requiem and 7 right now. At least it's in the top 5 for sure.
Fair
And
enough.
speaking of, that puts this also makes Resident Evil Requiem in the current running for my top 10 games of the year this year, along with High on Life 2, Sleep Awake, and Reanimal. And out of all of those games right now, it's the only one being considered for game of the year. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
right now, it is a strong consideration for Game of the Year. Obviously, there's still a lot of games to come out this year, and
Mhm.
but honestly, if anything is going to beat it for me with what's left to come out this year, it would either be Crimson Desert or Wolverine. I can't see anything else bumping this at this point, honestly.
Not even Control Resonant.
Maybe it would have to live up to
You
Alan Wake
blazed
2.
the fuck out of Alan Wake 2 when it came out that year.
I did. I played Alan Wake 2 like 3 times.
It
So
was your game of the year.
it was. So, and speaking of Resident Evil, Requiem does have a sort of like Alan Wake 2 cinematic feeling to it when it switches characters and these big white letters pop up on the screen and go blom. No other
Does.
Resident Evil game has done that. This is like a new thing and it feels very cinematic. I've heard a lot of people say this is the most cinematic feeling Resident Evil game, and I have to agree with that. So, but that's it for me. It's
Oh yeah.
gotta glaze that Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, well, Requiem is also a thing in music, so that makes a good transition over to that.
Let's
Let's
go.
All right, everybody, here we are at this episode's topic. It's all about the music, what you feel in your heart. Yes.
Oh, what's that? Music.
Yes. Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah. Speaking of French people and music, be our guest from Beauty and the Beast, right? That's music.
God damn it.
Nick's losing his mind over there, but while he collects himself,
Oh god.
here's a question to start off with and think about.
Oh.
Who is your all-time number one music artist? Your favorite, the tippity top of the
Man.
of the whole shebang.
Ooh, that's a loaded question.
Can I give you a top 3 instead?
Are they all equal in the are they tied for the top one?
Yeah, kinda. In all honesty, yeah.
That's an unfair
Yeah.
Yes,
question.
sure. I mean,
Yeah,
I can answer it. It's the Gorillas. It's the
That's
Gorillas.
fair.
Yeah, that's I
Close
knew
second,
that.
Daft Punk.
For
That's good. I like Daft Punk. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
I'm so musically diverse. This is a very, very difficult question.
I'll take your 2 or 3, whatever.
Oh man, oh,
In terms of like quantity of like library wise.
Just to be clear, don't get into the weeds of why here because I have a follow-up question. I just want to know the names for now.
yeah, okay. I'm gonna get.
Okay.
I'm gonna give 3. I'm gonna give 3, and they are all equal in my eyes. And that would be Green Day,
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Hell yeah.
Excision, which is a dubstep DJ, and A Day to Remember. Those are my 3, and I do look at all 3
Yeah,
of them very
that is
equally.
that is a all over the spectrum variety. I like that a lot.
My top 3
Yeah.
in no particular order. He's very controversial right now, and I know it. You guys already
I
know the
know what
name
you're
I'm gonna
gonna
say.
say.
Fucking Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll?
Donut guy.
James Durbin. I know that's a name I haven't said on this show yet.
Maybe once or twice.
And this is a guilty pleasure.
Mhm.
Falling in Reverse.
So
I thought
you got 2 controversial choices in your 3.
Yeah, I do.
for guilty when you said guilty pleasure, I
And
thought you were
one
gonna
of-
say
okay,
something
and you
like
would-
303 or like
No, okay, so
Ronnie Radke is a
fucking-
genuine
okay,
genius,
so-
but God, is he so problematic?
He
bro.
is.
Oh my God.
He is so problematic. He is so unhinged on social media. So unhinged. But no, Falling in Reverse did a song with Jelly
yeah.
Roll on their most recent album
Yep. And
before Jelly Roll lost a shit ton of weight.
and honestly, that song does rip because like
It fucking
like
slaps.
Falling in Reverse like that. I get where you're saying it's a guilty pleasure because it's something that like I don't listen to them nearly as much as I used to. I used to be like, just as long as people don't know, it'll be fine. But as
one of my favorite songs that he did is an older song. It's called Game Over.
My life is like a video game.
Like a video game.
No, and that's the thing. Like, dude, watch the world burn. I love that. It's so.
Oh my God, yes.
So good.
Zombified?
Yeah, like it's
Zombified, fucking trigger warning.
Man. I really I want nothing more. Like Popular Monster, dude. Sam and I would have that on repeat.
Oh my God,
we would have that on.
Fucking love
We would have that
Popular
on
Monster.
repeat. Like that song just hits so hard, especially if you deal with mental health problems and everything else. Like I deal with, and Sam deals with. It was like food for the soul. And then you turn the corner and you look at whatever the F Ronnie's doing, and I'm like, dude, why? Like, why? Why do you have to do this? Like, just stop, bro.
It's so fucking
Just stop.
funny. Like it's okay. The Behemoth song on there that has Tech Nine as the featuring artist, fucking Ronald. That song, dude.
Hey, Tech Nine was in a Gorillaz song last year.
Yeah,
a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
Sorry, Ryan. I know you're listening, and I know you're probably shaking your head, face palming. But
Ryan,
yeah, I enjoy Falling in Reverse. I enjoy a good Ron. I enjoy I enjoy Ronnie's shenanigans.
Ryan, first off, I love you, and second off, I feel the shame from here, thousands of miles away. I do. It's still on my iPod, but I don't stream it anymore, so he doesn't get any money. If that makes you feel any better,
Well, he gets plenty of money from me. I
Anyways, Justin, you said you were gonna have a follow up question for us post this.
Right. So
Brooksy sounding a little nervous there.
Man,
my question is, so my because I don't want it to just be like, oh, let's just list off a bunch of things that we like. I want to you get a little deeper than that. So
yeah.
what and why? Okay, no, let me word that better. What is it that draws you into specific songs or sounds? Now, this can be any music. It doesn't necessarily have to be lyrical music, mainstream music, just any music that you like, whether it be, like the stuff you were just talking about or soundtracks from movies or any of that. What is it? This is kind of a two-parter. So it's what is it specifically that draws you into certain songs in terms of like, is it certain sounds, certain lyrics, vibes, stuff like that that really stand out to you, and why also as well?
So so there is so there's a quote that I love. And I actually bought a piece of artwork forever ago from like a crappy little swap meet that had it, and I was like, I love this phrase because I'm a huge like audiophile. Like I deeply love music. Um, Music expresses that which words cannot.
Yeah,
Um,
Fucking
that's
absolutely.
that's the best way I can describe music is it's the emotion that comes along with it without having to say something. It's almost like nonverbal
Exactly.
communication just through the way something sounds and how it makes you feel. Um, the words on top of things that do have words, they just add additional impact to it. Um, and that's why like groups like somebody like Excision, like I am really big into the electronic music EDM scene. Like I listen to a lot of
Relics.
like, yeah, like Skrillex is like iconic and everything. I listen to a lot of bass house music. So artists like Dabin is someone that I love, and it's just like it's very emotional electronic music. I'm happy to share that with y'all if you ever want to listen to it. But it's something that makes you feel like almost like hope and optimism. And when the world sucks, man, I need that. Like I need I need that so badly. That's
My
what
f-
resonates a
my
lot with me in
favorite
music.
my favorite Skrillex song, first of the year Equinox.
mm.
It's a classic. It's dude, like
So
I love Skrillex. I do.
I'm gonna have an answer to this question that might be a little more unorthodox, but this is coming from a place of
Mhm.
autism and a touch of synesthesia. And
Oh,
for those that don't know, synesthesia is that weird thing where in its most exaggerated form, it's like you can taste colors and um
Mhm.
shit like that. Like you can taste colors and you can smell music and shit like that. It's
Mhm.
um I have a bit of a touch of that when it comes to how I experience music. And it could also just be an autism thing. Mine is high functioning, but it's still there. And it's that music is mostly vibes based for me and almost like picturesque.
Mhm.
Um so like for example, I resonate very very well with the old Disney movie Fantasia because it is a visual audio experience. There's
it's a
just
classic.
there's just something about that. And all music, all music, it's all audio, all music is visual for me, even though
Mhm.
it's audio based. And that's kind of where some of it comes from, which is why I think a lot of what I enjoy is something that I can put an image to. And that is probably why I listen to a lot of comedy songs like The Lonely Island
Mhm.
and Your Favorite Martian because it's so easy not only to understand the lyrics and what is clearly being conveyed, but it's the rug pull in like the satirical take on the songs you would normally hear and then the twist on them that comes with it. And I enjoy a good joke and sometimes those songs, they are a good joke, like the punchline, you know.
Yeah.
But there's other sides to this too. There are certain songs where I almost pay no attention to the lyrics themselves, but it's the sound, the beat that really stands out to me. I listen to music with headphones, and
Hmm.
I will do this thing, and sometimes it's intentional and sometimes it's not, but I will do this thing where I actually start to mentally phase out all the other tracks, and I focus in on one particular instrument or sound that really stands out
Hmm.
to me. And it becomes what the whole song is about for me. And there's this like one Gorillaz song where there's a part during the chorus where it does this beat that's like bum 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 ba da dum bum bum, and it's got almost like a carnival vibe to it. Every single time that plays, I picture a merry-go-round. Every single time. I just can't help it. It's what I see.
Yeah.
Um, but there's certain sounds I really like, and I don't know what it is. I don't really care for the song Pumped Up Kicks, but you know the sound to it
Yeah.
where it
Hmm.
sounds like the character is singing through a megaphone. There's a lot of gorilla songs like that, like Feel Good Inc., where it
Hmm.
sounds like they're singing through a megaphone. I like the megaphone sound. I don't know what it is. I also really like the old-timey gramophone sound. I like muffled audio songs where the vocals are muffled. Like the
That
kind
would
of
So
shit you
explain why Alistair is your favorite character from Has Been
literally
Hotel.
what I
Yes,
was about to
that
say.
right there. Yes,
Literally, that's what I was about to
I
say.
love that sound. It's the kind of thing that you hear in like BioShock or Fallout when shit's about to get creepy. Like
Hmm.
it's just something about
Yeah.
that sound, and there's a couple of great examples of this. There's a song called Your Woman by Whitetown that has this
Uh-huh.
kind of sound to it that I really like.
Hmm.
Um and it's just there's also what I like to call chill vibes songs, smoking songs, if you
Mhm.
will, that is more or
Yep.
less just about the sound to it. There's a lot of like really good nostalgic 90s shit that hits this vibe for me. Songs that they used to play randomly on Cartoon Network in the middle of commercials. They were called groovies. There's two songs I remember in particular by a band called Soul Coughing. One is called Circles and one is called Rolling. And they both fit this vibe perfectly. It's just very monotone, like boom bum bum boom boom ba ba bum kind of sound. With a very like
Hmm.
repetitive but not annoying vocal track. Um it's simple, but it hits and it doesn't overstay its welcome, which is what I appreciate too. It's not like a
Fair enough.
5-7 minute long song. Yeah. And those are the kind of things that hit with me the most. Anything that sounds like a Gorillaz song, I automatically like. There's a song from this horror game called In Sound Mind called Me and the Boys that fits that vibe very well. Um, so just stuff like that. But then I am sometimes wildly on the other end of the spectrum too, because I think the only artist where I like every single song they've ever made, and there's not a single one I don't like, is the Old Gods of Asgard from the Remedy games.
Fair
A
enough.
completely fictional band played by a real one, Poets of the Fall, who also have great songs, but that's a completely different thing. They're a hair band, like they got that like 90s rock vibe to them
Hmm.
with a bit of
Mm.
you know Norwegian sway. um
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, sometimes things grab me and sometimes they don't. A lot of my favorite songs come from video games and internet stuff more so than mainstream or stuff you'd hear on the radio. I'm really into what a lot of people would call nerdcore. Uh,
Yeah.
Hmm.
that's the vibe. Nerdcore. I would say Starbomb is technically nerdcore because they're all comedy songs
Yep.
about video games. Nerdcore is
Yep.
basically just video game rap at the or rock,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and
Team
um
head kick.
Yeah, Team Headkick. I don't listen to them as much anymore, but one I really like right now, the Stupendium, is this British guy, the Stupendium, because
Oh
his
yeah.
lyrics, yeah, I think I've mentioned him before on the show, but the dude is a walking thesaurus. His lyrics are so phenomenal, and the thing about them is that his lyrics tie in so well not only to the theme of the game it's about, but also could, if they were extracted and put somewhere else, be part of a song that's just about the theme in general. You know,
Yeah,
like
because
his
you shared what was it, Outer Worlds with me, right?
yeah, his song about the outer worlds could easily just be about capitalism itself. Like the line I remember the most from that song, he says,
I know honestly, did you not read the colony policy that defined you as company property? That waivers your say in autonomy. The conglomerates got you in lock and key. We put the dollar back into idolatry. If you're upset, you can rent an apology. We are a family forged in bureaucracy. No I in teen, but there's con in economy. Were you expecting adventure?
those kind of lyrics I like too. I like lyrics that validate my beliefs,
Yeah.
and that kind of like goes in that line. And so I like big, it's smug. Those lyrics are smug as fuck, and I actually appreciate that. I like deserved smugness, and when you're right, you're right, and this dude is right. He understood the assignment when he wrote the song. Because another line in that song is
And you'll be grateful for seats at the table, though it dips at one end and the bench is unstable. You may waste your days, but at least you were able to pay off your grave since we leased you your cradle. Be faithful and pray we'll repay what you invest.
yeah, he's got a great song about cyberpunk as well, which is all about data mining and companies like Facebook spying on you. So
Brooksy, I know a lot of the music that you listen to is more on the political side of things.
Yeah.
I have a country artist I want you to check out, and he is very, very left leaning. His name is Brian Andrews, and I follow him on TikTok, and that's where I discovered him. He posts a bunch of he has crash out videos about what's going on in the world. But he just released a song on Friday called "Are We Great Yet?"
Oh yeah.
And then he has another one that really falls in that political side of things, titled "The Older I Get."
Nice. Excellent. Yeah, no, I'll definitely check that out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He definitely he's from Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah. I no, there's dude, I listen to a lot of political music. I know I've gotten to mention just on this podcast, grandson. I even got to go see him play. I saw him live and had VIP and all of that.
Got to meet him.
And actually, I found out I get to see him again this year. I have tickets for Warp Tour in Long Beach. He's going to be playing at Warp Tour this year, which I was like super surprised about because Kevin Lyman, the owner and everything, usually kind of tries to stay away from politics related to Warp Tour and all of that. So when I saw Grandson, I was like, dude,
you getting VIP
yeah.
you getting VIP to meet him again?
No. I do have VIP for Warp Tour because, and the main reason why I got VIP, it's got shade and it's got seats.
Oh, fair.
And I'm old, bro.
Fair.
Like I'm like, dude, a seat in the shade. Yeah, I'll spend money for that. Like, absolutely.
Yeah,
I don't want to be miserable, bro.
That's fair.
But yeah, no, like that. There's a number of artists. I've been a really big fan recently of the Neighborhood Kids. It's a rap duo. And I didn't realize this until about 3 or 4 months after listening to them. They're based out of San Diego too.
Nice.
Yeah, and like every time they have a show, because they'll just like have a random pop-up show here in San Diego. Every time it's like a Sunday night at 8 p.m. and I'm like, dude, I gotta be at work at like 6 in the morning the next day. Like, can you give me a Friday night, please? Like, dude, I'll even take a weeknight night, something. But they very much have that old school '90s hip hop rap style to their sound, which I really enjoy a lot. Um, they talk a lot about current issues related to ICE. They're both Hispanic, and they talk a lot about their personal indigenous rights. They talk a lot about things related to Palestine. They even touch on what's happening in Sudan and Congo, which is a lot less discussed about, and the genocides happening there. Their music rips. It rips. Through them, I found a rapper named Damage. Also very politically driven, very so good. And it's a trans artist as well, and
Nice.
she rips. She is so good. And the last person that I want to mention is Kneecap. And I know I've mentioned Kneecap a handful of times. I remember the first time I mentioned it, mentioned them, Justin was like, "What kind of artists are you listening to over there,
I
bro?"
remember that.
I originally came across them because of a movie that was a
Oh,
biopic. No, I literally like I have my AMC pass, and I literally like I was just scrolling through movies coming out that weekend, and I saw a movie called Kneecap, and it said semi-fictional biopic about a Irish rap group trio. And I'm like, well, dude, I knew nothing about them at that point. I was like, dude, I have to see what this is about. Like this just sounds cool. Um
Awesome.
and dude, I love them. Like for those that don't know, like the north of Ireland has been in a constant level of oppression from the United Kingdom and from Britain itself, and a
Mm.
lot of it is talking about in support of the IRA and support of freedom for themselves as a country, as a nation, not being held up by Britain. Um, they talk a lot about Palestine. They just talk about just like common day struggles. And dude, their music is so good. And that movie, it's on Netflix for anybody that wants to watch it.
Hey,
Dude, it's so good. It is such a good movie. And they essentially like almost give like a
called
background
Kneecap?
to the movie is called Kneecap, and the
Okay.
people that are playing the artists are the artists themselves. And it's cool because they like kind of segue going from like talking about a background about themselves, and then it goes into one of their official actual songs that ties into everything. So it was really cool to like watch this movie and hear these songs, and then go to the album and hear all of it, and then kind of go back to the movie. I'm like, dude, this is like they just tied it in so well.
the Overcast is brought to you by Oversoul Gaming, where, and a lot of people don't know this, you can actually find video game music videos edited by Oversoul with music by Funky Hurdles, including Soma, Outlast, Hellblade, Kingdom Hearts, and more. Oversoul Gaming, soon to be rebranded as Oversoul and Friends. Now back to the show. Yeah, so Nick, what draws you into particular songs or artists or music in general? Like what is most likely to make you remember music from a movie or you watched or a game you played, you know?
Okay, so I when I listen to music, I try to find ways to connect with the artist. Like, for example, uh James Durbin. I'm gonna go into full detail as to why he is one of my all-time favorites. I watched him on American Idol. I watched him from the beginning.
Hmm.
Uh, what was public. I know he had he was doing stuff way before he was on American Idol, and had previously auditioned but never made it. But what drew me to him was the fact that he is high functioning autism, as we are. But he also had another diagnosis that I had at the time. I don't know if when I was younger I had about the actually the same diagnosis, it was the involuntary movements of the not autism, Tourette's syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
And when he interviews, he does this thing with his lips, but when he sings, that all disappears. That goes away. That's his vice. And he found that and used it to his gain. And I found that that was so inspiring, given I have the same diagnoses. His debut album, right out of American Idol, Memories of a Beautiful Disaster. Fantastic album. If I had to choose a song off of that album as my all-time favorite, it would have to be Liberate. Give that one a listen, Brooksy. I'm sure you'll appreciate it.
I will.
Liberate by James Durbin.
I will.
He is the reason I fell in love with rock and roll. The music that I listened to prior to being a huge fan of James Durbin was pop music.
Mm. Listen, I love Kesha.
Oh, I know.
Kesha.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Katy Perry.
Look, there ain't nothing wrong. There ain't nothing wrong with pop music.
But you know,
or it's not specific to any demographic. It's for everybody.
But no, like I always try and find a way to connect with the artist when I'm investing my time, and then there's just those artists that have songs that just fucking slap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like Ice Nine Kills recently did a song for Scream 7 called "Twisting the Knife."
Bops, beats, and bangers. Bops, beats, and bangers are kind of a big thing for me too. In that regard, it's like I said, sound plays a big role in it. And man, I'm so glad that we did this because so far, anyway, I'm getting the vibe that that the real draw in and the experience for music for all of us. For Nick, it seems to be mostly lyrics based. For me, it seems to be mostly music based. And Brooksy, it seems like you're somewhere in the middle on that. Like a mix. And I think that makes sense because like I don't often hear Nick talk about instrumental music like from movies or video games. It's always like actual artists.
Mm-hmm.
But like
lyrical. Yeah.
I have a lot to say about instrumental music.
And I could say the same about lyrics. Like,
yeah,
I could come at you with another one that really connects with me, and it just so happens to be a Jelly Roll song. It's called "I Am Not Okay,"
and I know about this.
It's, oh my god, it's such a good song, and I connect with it on so many different levels because it goes, "I am not okay. I'm barely getting by. I'm hanging on the rails. So if I say I'm fine, just know I learned to hide it well." I struggle, but Jelly Roll's music, it's something special. More specifically, his country music. I've listened to some of his rap music. I'm a fan of some of it, but most of it, I don't fuck with. His country music is really where I fell in love with his music, and his album Beautifully Broken, picking up the pieces, it has helped me in more ways than one.
That's good. Music can be really cathartic. I will give you, since you opened that door, I'll give you an example. There's so there's this song called Night in the Woods, and there's like a, or not song, game. There's a game called Night in the Woods, but there's a song they do in the game. I don't think it has any vocals to it because it's all text-based stuff, but someone out there made a vocal version of the song called Die Anywhere Else. And the song, it has lyrics that basically go, I just want to die anywhere else. something I can't remember exactly how it goes, but the song is basically the person saying to the other person they care about, they're like, "Hey, I this town is a dead end. There's nothing for me out here anymore. Do you want to run away with me and go somewhere better, a place where we can actually, like, when the time is right, die happy?" They're not saying I want to go somewhere
Yeah.
else and unalive myself. They're saying this is not the town that I want to die in. I don't want to be here until I'm old, you know. And
Mhm.
it's really meaningful.
Yeah.
I like it
Hell,
quite a lot.
that's
And it's what's
hell, that's
funny. What's that?
quite literally tells my journey.
It's relatable, and what's crazy is, I like the whole sad lyrics over a happy beat thing. You know what else I'm a sucker for in songs? Whistling. I don't know what it is, but a song with a good whistle
that
really just
new
scratches a specific itch for me.
that
And
new gorilla song.
there are two
Mhm.
gorilla songs that do this. That new one, yes, and then there's one called Silent Running, which is actually my favorite song of all time. Um but you know what else I think of when I think of the whistle is Kill Bill. Um
Mm.
Okay.
yeah,
Yep.
when she does that whistle as she's walking up on him in the opening of the first movie.
Oh God, so good. Have you listened to Chill Bill?
Chill Bill? No.
Yes, there is a song. It's a rap song that uses that sound.
Oh, that's
It's called
awesome.
Chill Bill. It's a really, really. I'll send it to you. It rips. If you like that and you like whistling and music, it'll be a great song for you.
Speaking of chill, I'll be honest with you guys. I probably listen to instrumental music more than lyrical music. And if I am listening to lyrical music, 9 times out of 10, it's the Gorillas. Like,
Yeah.
that is, but like I am a fucking fiend for video game music, especially nostalgic old school shit. I hear a song from a Sonic game from the Sega or a Mario game from the Nintendo, and I'm instantly like, ooh, I recognize that. Green Hill Zone from Sonic, the Super Mario World theme, instantly recognizable stuff. Aquatic ambience from Donkey Kong, Dire Dire Docks from Super Mario 64. This shit slaps hard. But there's this 24/7 live stream on YouTube called Game Chops. The channel Game Chops, they have video game study stream or whatever, and it's just all lo-fi remixes to video game music from across the ages, including
Yeah.
a lot of Persona music, which is I fucking love the Persona soundtracks. All of them slap hard. It's either like early 2000s, like hip hop pop, like hip hop stuff, like rap pop songs,
Disturbing the peace. Look into my eyes. Now tell me the things you were laughing about behind my back.
or like
Uh
all the way up to like Persona 5 was all crime jazz, and it just hit. It was like,
Mm, yeah.
yeah, like, oh god.
So you know that we out there, sliding lights in the naked. Can't move fast without breaking. Can't hold on our life for change.
Like Persona 3, 4, and 5, they all slap. They all fucking slap. I know Persona 4 is leaning a little K-poppy for my taste, but it all still great shit.
Speaking
Um,
of K-pop,
yeah.
You want to
address the
bring up
elephant in
Demon
the fucking
Hunters?
K-pop demon hunters. Fucking dude. There's been so many covers of Golden, it's not even funny. And I came across this one, and it was a video on TikTok. Big surprise. But this guy sings Golden in the style of 60s music. and it's so fucking cool.
Oh, cool.
So I'm not a big musicals person, but since movies, when you think of movies and music, musicals are usually the first thing that comes to mind, and I am a fan of some of them, particularly some Tim Burton ones. Sweeney
Have
Todd, The Corpse
you?
Bride. I like those. I also
They're
like
both out now. Have you watched either of the Wicked movies yet?
not yet, not yet, but I am going to. Um I
Homework,
enjoyed
sir.
I enjoyed that new the Timothy Chalamet Wonka movie. That was pretty good. I would call that a
Yeah, that
musical.
was really good. Had some really good songs in it.
Into the Woods, the Disney movie, I enjoyed that one.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, I did enjoy that one. When I think it's funny though, because the musicals that I don't like are like the ones that people would consider classics, like Grease and Rent and Hairspray and Mamma Mia, and I'm okay on that. I wasn't into High School Musical either when it came out,
I
so
love the High School Musical
That's a
movies.
big guilty pleasure for me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I still to this day will sit down and watch the High School Musical movies.
Yeah, Sam and I were talking about it at some point, and
They're supposed to be doing an anniversary reunion special thing.
would not be opposed to it. But we were just like talking about it. She was like, "Do you want to throw it on?" And I was like, yeah, sure." And she was like, "Is it not like your thing?" I was like, no, it's not that. And what she saw in that hour and a half movie was me belting every song with my full ass chest. And she was
I would
like,
too.
"Oh,
I would
I didn't realize
too.
you were like that. I didn't realize this was the sauce for you, bro." And I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah,
Yes.
my
Oh
little
God.
cousin was
I
really
love it.
big into it, and I always told her I hated it, but I secretly loved it. Oh, I loved
One of
it.
my
Oh,
favorite.
that's
Okay,
awesome.
so from the first movie alone, one of my top favorite songs is "Stick to the Status Quo."
Mm, mm. Man, and what's funny is like as much as I love that,
It's
not my favorite
catchy.
musical though.
It's catchy, but no. I'd have to say there's another Disney music icon that has an anniversary special coming this month, a little later this month, and she has had it in the best of both worlds. Hannah Montana is
Oh yeah.
they're doing I think it's the 20th 20th or 25th anniversary of Hannah Montana, that it's gonna air on Disney and it'll be on Disney Plus next day.
Man,
I'm so fucking excited because I loved Hannah Montana
I
growing
would.
up.
Pretty much almost every animated Disney movie is basically a musical. They all have some great,
Yep.
memorable songs, like I mentioned earlier.
Mhm.
Be Our Guest, Friend Like Me, Hakuna
Mhm.
Matata. The ones that come to mind.
Yep.
But you know
Snow
what?
White.
I think out of all of them, and it could be recency bias or just my preference, but out of all of them, I think Encanto slaps the hardest. That movie
Yes.
has a dope ass soundtrack. It is
God.
Lin-Manuel Miranda
We don't
is a
talk about
musical genius.
Bruno.
Yeah. And you know what? Bruno's song, really good, but it's actually, to me, that's not even the best song in that movie. The best song in
No.
that movie is Surface Pressure, the Strong Girls
Yes.
song.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I will say,
Agreed.
musical wise, it's a toss up, but honestly, I would probably say my favorite, The Greatest Showman.
That's
The
a good
Greatest
one.
Okay.
Showman. I still, if I
need
watch
to
it,
watch
if
that.
you haven't
Starring-
watched it as
I
Starring
have not watched it.
starring
Hugh
huge
Jackman.
Yeah, it's starring huge Jackman.
Like,
Hugh
yeah, it's got
Jackman,
Hugh
yeah.
Jackman in it. It's got Zendaya in
Yeah.
it as well, man. Like, it is, dude. That movie.
Zendaya's in
rips.
it? Okay,
Yeah, dude.
bet.
Yeah, dude, every time, and when you watch it, I bet you will too. Anytime This Is Me plays, oh, dude, not a dry not a dry eye in my house, bro. It is, it hits. Moulin Rouge is probably a close second for me. But in terms of like Disney movies, of like Disney musicals, dude, it's just my favorite Disney movie in general. It's Mulan. Uh,
Mm.
Mulan is my
Be
favorite.
a
I'm sorry.
man.
Make a
Must,
man out of
it
you.
must be swift as a coursing river. I love it,
Be
dude.
a man.
Yeah.
With all the force of a great
Like
typhoon.
Fucking love it.
I, dude, I will belt that in my car with the windows down, staring at the car
Yes.
right next to me, and I will not care.
That's wonderful.
Dude, I do that shit too. I belt shit out. Like, I'll be driving to work, or I'll be driving home from work, or I'll be just driving, and I've got music going. And if it's something that's catchy, like one that has been playing a lot in my car is Hot to Go by Chapel Roan.
Yeah.
Pink Pony
Oh.
Club, too.
Justin, I actually have an answer for you for your very first question, because I've been kind of sitting and kind of mulling on it for the past, 45 minutes now.
Mm-hmm.
I actually do have a favorite artist.
Oh.
And funnily enough, it is not any of the three that I mentioned.
Okay.
Like, just like really sitting there and thinking, who is my actual favorite artist? And it's not just the musicality of them, and it's not just the lyrics that come from them. But I think my favorite aspect of music is the memories that come along with it. And it's The Devil Wears Prada.
Nice.
The Devil Wears Prada is, I genuinely, now sitting and really thinking about it, my all-time favorite band.
Fair enough.
And for y'all know who they are, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah, you've
I know
talked
they
about
are.
them before, actually.
Yeah, I was like, I know Ryan listens to them as well, but like, not only are they
I've got
my
a few of the
favorite,
songs.
I love them, dude. Like, not only my favorite artist. I know you were talking earlier, Nick, about favorite album of all time. Color Decay from The Devil
Okay.
Wears Prada, and this album came out. I want to say almost coming up on 4 years ago. I got into The Devil Wears Prada because of my best friend Tyler. I knew who they were. I had listened to some of their music and I liked them, but I didn't get really fully invested until I met Tyler. And it was like he and I's very first like bro outing ever. I got us
Was it a
tickets.
Devil Wears Prada concert?
It was, and they weren't even the headliner. The headliner was Killswitch Engage that night.
Nice.
which
That's
was
another banger.
Great show. It was Killswitch Engage, and then under them was Coheed and Cambria, and then the opener was The Devil Wears Prada.
Nice.
And they had just come out with their big hit album, From Roots Above and Branches Below. And
I think I have an actual physical copy of that album.
Dude, it rips. Like Danger Wild Man, like it's
Yes.
such a great album. But I don't know if I've actually talked about this like in a recording or anything like that, but my very best friend, his name was Tyler, and he passed away. He passed away a few years ago. And I'll be honest, it destroyed me, man. It really did. It really, really destroyed me. And it felt like everything I turned to reminded me of him. And something that really resonated with Tyler and I was music. Tyler and I went to Green Day concerts together. We found Excision together, and we saw Excision so many times live. But it was very consistently like the top three artists he and I would listen to was The Devil Wears Prada, Excision, and old school Lil Wayne. Those are the three artists we would listen to all the time. And the Devil Wears Prada had played all different types of like themes and everything to their albums, and Color Decay came out, and that album is really about handling grief and and loss. And that album came out about 3 months after Tyler had passed away. And that was like
That's where it
my
really hit for you.
yeah. I remember being in the car. There's this like tiny little this tiny little like liquor store slash sandwich shop right around the corner from the restaurant I managed at that point. And the album
Mm.
had come out that day, and I just sat in the car and just like ugly sobbed eating a fucking sandwich. like
Mm.
listening to this album, and there's a song on there called Trapped, and it is such a heavy song for me personally because it's almost like a song of Tyler speaking through to me. And I'm not a religious person, but I am a spiritual person. And I very much could feel Tyler in that Chili's that night. Um, and yeah, it's that is my favorite album for personal reasons. I think that's what resonates the most with me with music now. Really sitting and reflecting on it is the emotional aspect of the sounds, and it is also the intuitiveness that lyrics come along with it. But it's that you're absolutely on the nose, Justin. Of it's those combination of those two things, and my own personal memories that amplify it. And I think that's really what makes music so important to me because I spend more
Yes.
time listening to music than I do watching shows or movies or playing video games. Like I used to manage bands. Like music is such a huge integral part of who I am. I was very excited about this episode, and I'm sorry for going on a
Oh, no,
tangent. It
no,
just,
you're fine. You actually just gave
yeah,
me a perfect segue though, because I want to give this last 10
There was
minutes. Uh,
one
okay.
last thing I wanted to talk about in regards to James Durbin.
hmm
Um, I've gotten to see him in concert at least twice. I got to meet him both times. The second time I saw him was more of an intimate setting because there was maybe a handful of his fans there because it was a rock festival and he was one of the opening acts. Um, but what I would really want to uh, shed some light on is the kind of person that he is. Like he pays attention to who his fans are. When he was still like not small, but really getting up on up on his own, he did these online concerts that's on stageit.com. And one show in particular that he did, he did on my birthday, and in the chat, he wished me a happy birthday,
Oh, nice.
and I felt really fucking special in that moment, and just being a fan of his, like he said it best, like you could be the greatest artist in the world, you could be the greatest musician in the world, but if you don't have fans, you're nothing.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm glad that Brooksy you brought up emotion in the sound because I want to spend these last few minutes giving the well-deserved flowers to instrumental music, which has its primary home in movies and video games, some TV
hmm
shows too. But the thing is, I feel like even if you don't remember the music, I don't think that in a lot of things the emotional impact hits as much as it does without it. So like in your
hmm
case, Nick, although you might not walk away from a movie or video game thinking to yourself, man, that one particular piece of music really stuck with me. I got to find that and listen to it on its own.
Yeah.
hmm
Um, even though you may not ever have that, there's still I'm assuming in the middle of it, watching or playing something, when the right kind of music hits, it does its job and emotionally manipulates you into feeling whatever you're supposed to feel during that scene,
hmm
you know?
Absolutely.
So at least it's still working, even if it doesn't stick with you after the fact. But you may remember that scene, though, and the music may have lended to the scene being imprinted on your memory, you know?
Yeah.
Like, think about this, that scene with Mufasa in The Lion King when Mufasa's dying and Simba's having that moment with him, the music swells. It swells into like a heavenly chorus, and I don't think it's the scene. The scene is sad no matter what, but it's the music that really sells it there, along with many other things. It's like raining and shit
hmm
too. They do a lot there to fuck with you, but like music plays a pretty important role in the emotion trying to be conveyed in any particular scene. You know, you picture a sad scene like that, but they put like happy dancing music over it, and suddenly it's a comedy. You know what I mean? Like
hmm
it's not the same, is it?
Yeah.
Um, so it's a fucked up comedy, but the music can change things. But I will say, for me, maybe not so much for you, Nick, but for me, and I think Brooksy to an extent too. I A lot of music from a lot of things sticks with me. Maybe not so much like I appreciate very greatly the music you hear in movies like Lord of the Rings and stuff, and the like wah
hmm
wah 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 and like the Enya and all that. But like
Mhm.
the stuff that really sticks with me is the happy bouncy shit from games like Astrobot and Kingdom Hearts. That's the stuff that I
I
remember.
am
Yeah.
Astrobot.
It's not
Ba,
even that.
ba,
It's
ba, ba,
like
ba. No, I
like
will
like the
like
caves
real
music.
quick. I was gonna
Yeah.
say do 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 do
Yep.
do
Uh-huh.
do 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 do.
And you know
Dude,
what it is?
Sam and I will literally like hum that to each other while we're cleaning. I'm not
Dun
even
la
lying.
dun dun
Like
dun.
That's
Dun la
amazing.
dun dun
dun,
dun.
dun,
Dun.
dun.
That music sounded so familiar to me when I first heard it. I was like, where have I heard this exact same melody before? Certain melodies give me deja vu like a motherfucker, and I don't know why. And I think it's because so much music gets reused and resampled throughout the years, and I cling on, like I said, to those particular sounds. And when I hear those same sounds in other songs, it just hits that same trigger.
Right?
It's that same itch. But like, Kingdom Hearts, I can like basically ski bop my way through the entire soundtrack of the first game. It's so stuck in my head because I've played it so much at this point, and the music, no
Mhm.
matter where you are in those games, it just plays on a loop. And it's the world theme and then the battle music for each one, and you go to Wonderland and it's like bum 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 ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then the Heartless show up and it's like bum 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 biddlum, boop, 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 doo. Yeah, like I fucking see. I told you I can ski bop my way through that whole goddamn soundtrack. Like it's stuck in there. um, at least the first game. Yeah, and then boss battles show up, and it's like dun 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 bum bum bum
Mhm.
bum 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 bum. Yeah, it's the horns and the big bass drums. I love when video game soundtracks are done with a whole ass
I
orchestra, like
mean,
they're taking it seriously like a movie.
I will tell you, like one of my favorite scores, and like I can't hum it, but like the moment I hear it, I know it. My favorite game on PS2 was Shadow of the Colossus, and
Mm,
that giant, over the top, like orchestraic crescendo as you're fighting a boss. Like it takes what would have been like a 8 out of 10 moment to a 10 out of 10 moment. Like it just amplifies that moment so well. And even like more recency bias, you look at something like Expedition 33, like
mhm.
those those moments that they choose from, oh my god, I'm drawing blanks. What's the name? Mononoke. Like he's got like a cool little groovy
Yeah,
ballad to him because he's like a weird dude.
yeah,
But then
that
when
music I
you
remember the most. His theme music for
yeah,
sure.
but then when you're going against somebody like Renoir, like, and you're going into a
Yeah.
second phase, and it takes the original like over the top orchestra and somehow amplifies it even further just to show how grave this moment is. Like, it's God, like that's like watching like best music for game of the year and all of that last year. I was like, God, I really wish it was something like South of Midnight, but there's no question. Like, it has to be Expedition
Yeah.
33. Like,
Yeah. No,
there's
fair.
no other alternative in my eyes.
You
I
know,
mean, the soundtrack for South of Midnight was pretty damn good too.
So good.
see, there's one you latched onto. Um,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, I'll say because it is Final Fantasy inspired. I do remember a lot of the music from a lot of Final Fantasy games too. They stick with me just as much as Kingdom Hearts. I will say, I actually think for my money, when it comes to video game soundtracks, I think Square Enix's JRPGs, for me, have some of the most memorable soundtracks. Like,
Yeah.
there's just something about the way they do their music. It just really sticks with me. And like I love Final Fantasy X's battle theme. It's probably my favorite battle theme in the whole series. But last question, since I'm talking about video games anyways, not soundtrack related, but are there any video game themed or I'm sorry, music themed video games that you guys really like? These could be rhythm games like Guitar Hero, or it could be, something like Hi-Fi Rush, you know. Whatever you want.
There's only one answer for me. There is really just one answer for me. And it will forever and always be Guitar Hero. It will always be Guitar Hero.
Not Rock
You want
Band.
to hear some? You want to
No,
hear some
absolutely
shit
not.
about? You want to hear some shit about Guitar Hero? So when it first came out, my brother talked so much shit about it. He said it's just so stupid. But every time we went to Walmart, we would do we would do the shopping, but he would be up in electronics playing Guitar Hero the whole fucking time.
Dude. And this kind of goes hand in hand with like what I mentioned earlier, that the musicality really matters a lot to me, and the lyrics matter a lot to me. But what matters the most out of everything is the memories that I can latch onto
Yeah.
music, and it very much is kind of the same thing with video games. Guitar Hero, man, I like. I was obsessed. I was damn good at one point. Like, I was damn good at one point. I helped co-found the Guitar Hero Club at my high school.
Nice.
I played competitively across the state. I loved it, and I'll never forget. Like, I got a copy of Guitar Hero 2, and I would go over to my grandparents' house, and I would set up my little PS2 Slim in the guest bedroom
Mhm.
that had a like like a 6-inch CRT TV boob tube like in that room, and would be like 3 inches away from the screen with my guitar in my hand, and I just remember playing the same song over and over and over on hard, just trying to figure out how to get that orange button to work for me, and it finally clicked with me. Like, it finally, after all this time, it finally, like, it made sense to me, and I had never, like, I felt like a god. Like, I felt like a literal god being able
So
to, like, just use the orange button, and
I I could never wrap my head around the guitar controllers. I was never like really able to.
I couldn't. Me neither.
I couldn't really figure
You're
that
not
out.
alone in that.
But I do really like rhythm games, and anyone that can be played with a normal controller, I have played. So I had Rock Band Unplugged on the PSP, which I really enjoyed. But then also I've played Amplitude, Avicii and Vector, rest in peace. The Final Fantasy rhythm games, Theatrium. And I played the first two for 3DS, and then the most recent one, Final Bar Line, came out a couple of years ago on consoles. I really love that. So it's just a rhythm game with all Final Fantasy music. Then there was a Kingdom Hearts one called Melody of Memory, as well. which I really enjoyed. So if it's rhythm games, I've played a lot of them, and I actually have a recommendation of one for you on the computer, Brooksy. It's called Audio Surf, not the second one, just
Okay.
the first one, Audio Surf, the first
Okay.
one, and this is why. Because Audio Surf is this game, and you will want to use a mouse for this, but trust me, you'll understand why. It's very
Is it
simple.
the clicky? Is it like the clicky dot one? Because I've
No,
seen.
no. This is a game that you're flying a spaceship down a track, and the track is very reminiscent of Guitar Hero. It's got these blocks coming at you, but
Yes.
but what you
Yes.
but
I
what
know exactly which one this is.
but what you want to do is you want to play the game on Mono Pro. That's the best game mode. There's a bunch of game modes. Mono Pro is the one you want, and this is a really cheap game. It's like $5, and if you don't like it, you can refund it. But
What is it called?
Audio Surf. You play on Mono Pro, and then what'll happen is as you're flying down the track, you want to collect the blocks that are colors, and you want to avoid the gray
Mhm.
blocks to try and get a high score. But every track is based on your music, MP3 files that you have downloaded to your computer. So if you have the tags for the songs and artists in your files, then it will actually read them and post them on the leaderboards, and you can compare your scores to other people who have played the same songs by the same
Excellent.
artists.
I just added it to my wish list on Steam, so that way whenever it goes on sale, I'll scoop that up immediately.
How much is it right now?
$10.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Because you literally any song in existence you can put on it as long as you have it on your computer's hard drive. So,
Okay.
yeah,
But
and it's
Want to talk about a game that's a rhythm game that was a viral sensation. Dance Dance Revolution.
oh
dude.
yeah,
Oh, I do have a quick 2 minute or less story on that, and that is it was our 6 month anniversary between Sam and I, and she wanted to plan the date, and she got us there's this place called the Cider Cave that was in Dallas, and it's essentially like it's like Dave and Buster's, but it's done by like a cider brewery, and you just
Okay.
pay a flat fee, and you can play all of the games they have inside of their arcade for as many times as you want. Like it's not like a refill card or situation. You pay like $20 and you can play as much as you
Nice.
want.
That's
And
awesome.
like yeah, and it's I love that place. Super sick. And we were just playing different games and like just kind of hanging out, like a little basketball, little, Galaga, whatever it may be. And they had DDR there. And she like pointed, she was like, "You want to play?" And I was like, "Wait, do you really want to play?" And she was like, "No, I don't want to play." And I'm like, "Well, I kind of do." And I get up there and I pick my song and I put it on hard, and she found out right then and there that my sister and I had the crappy little plastic DDR pad for the PS2, and I played that religiously for months, years, and she had no idea. And all of a sudden I'm just hitting perfect on a hard song and everything, and she just like her jaws through the floor. And I get off and I'm like, yeah, what can I say? Just
That's
it's like riding a
amazing.
bike. And she was like, "You will forever remain an anomaly to me." She was like, "This is like that scene." She was like, "This is like that scene in Grandma's Boy. Like, high score. What's that mean? Did I break it? What the hell was that?" I'm like, I like music games. She was like, "Yeah, no kidding. What the hell? What the hell?"
That's amazing.
Yeah.
that is awesome. So, real quick, we're gonna wrap this up, but real quick, I have to quick shout out to Beat Saber, one of the best VR games and best rhythm
yeah.
games ever.
Oh, yeah.
You're just standing there. The blocks are flying at you, and you're hitting them with lightsabers to the song. And they have Billie Eilish, they have Queen, they have Linkin Park, they have Daft Punk, they have Green Day. Oh, there's so much great shit there. But have either of you played Hi-Fi Rush? This is not a rhythm game per se.
No, I have not yet.
I have. I have.
It is on
You-
my wish list.
You fight to the beat of the
To the
sound.
beat
and
of the
it's
sound.
super cool. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so much fun. It's super
Yeah.
cool.
And very,
It's
very,
on my wish list.
very rebel storyline,
think
very
it's-
anti-corporate.
I think it's on PlayStation Plus right
It-
now for you, Nick.
Oh, is it on
Is
Plus?
it?
I feel like I'm pretty sure I actually thumbed through it through
Really?
PlayStation Plus catalog a few days ago, I was looking for just something fun to play, and I landed on what was it, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, because of what you were saying, Justin.
God damn,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I've played like the first hour of it so far, but
It's a Pixar
um,
movie.
it really is. But I
So
want to
you've seen the part
say,
where you jump through the rifts and it like loads into other areas
yeah,
so
it's
super
super
fast.
cool.
Yeah, that shit's great.
It's super cool. Oh, it is not. Okay. I thought I could have sworn I saw that.
Maybe it's the
On my
trial.
wish list.
Maybe it's the
It's on my
trial
wish
that's
list
on.
though.
Do
Maybe.
you have premium, Brooksy?
I think so,
Legend
yeah.
scheme, then
Then
streamed and
it's the
played
trial
from
you
the
saw.
end.
Okay. Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
oopsies.
it's the
That
trial.
game goes on sale
I've got
for like $18 a lot. So
It's
yeah,
really
no,
good. It is really good.
I fully intend on getting it at some point.
it has a very Spider-Verse animation too that I really like. It feels like a comic book when you're playing it,
Hell yeah.
which is really cool. But yeah, music-based platformer, and I like how much it holds your hand with it too. Like even if you fuck up, the somehow your combo moves always land to the beat, even if you don't. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's very um user friendly. So,
Yeah.
but anyways, though, I get that'll do it for the deep discussion on music, but we're not quite done talking about music yet. We still have the media corner where we've all brought something themed to the episode. And
Yes.
after that we will say our goodbyes. Let's do it.
Excellent.
Let's
Let's
mosey
go.
on over.
All right, everybody, here we are at the Media Corner, the part of the show reserved for news, reviews, recommendations, and sometimes previews. And we're going to stay on theme, just like last episode, for this one. Talk
Are we
about
doing the
music-related
same?
stuff.
Are we doing the same order as the life updates, or are we spinning that wheel of choosing?
I am going to spin the wheel again, as is the way that we normally do it now.
Yes.
So, the wheel is spinning. Let's see who it lands on this time. Oh! It just barely bumped Nick into first
That's
again.
hilarious.
It was
All right.
almost me. It was almost me.
Yeah, it was.
That's okay.
All right, so
I'll accept.
I watched the new Hugh Jackman movie, Song Sung Blue. It's about a Neil Diamond tribute band. It's a Neil Diamond tribute
Oh,
band
So you have something new and on theme.
biopic.
Okay.
Yes,
Nice.
something
Heck
new and
yeah.
on theme. It came out last year. So it's about this guy named Mike. He played by Hugh Jackman. I'm gonna try and dance around spoilers, but it's a biopic, so this is based on actual events. So he's a recovering alcoholic, and he finds tribute music to help. He puts all of the energy in to the music that he previously did with the bottle.
Okay.
And then he meets this
Therapeutic.
lady played by Kate Hudson, who they end up getting married. This is this isn't spoilery or anything because it's in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
She's out in front of the house.
Okay.
And in the background, you can see a car come hurtling towards her.
Mm.
Now, it was unclear in the trailers whether she survived that or not. So I won't go into any
Mhm.
detail after that. But I will say it is an emotional roller coaster.
If this is a story about something that actually happened, though, I think we already know the answer. Maybe.
So so I'll go for it. She does end up surviving. I don't know if the detail of her injuries is public knowledge, so I will
Mm.
steer away from that. This does throw her into a major depression, and this is after they have
hmm
gotten married. So this put their thunder and lightning, the Neil Diamond experience, on hold for a number of years.
Mm. Okay.
And it's an emotional roller coaster. It was really good, but the one song that is the reason why I wanted to watch this movie
hmm
uh was sung in a karaoke scene in another movie, Justin Brooksy, that we are very fond of, the Ted I think it was either Ted or Ted 2, I forget.
Okay.
Sweet Caroline, ba, ba,
Bum, bum,
Yeah.
ba.
bum.
Yeah.
And that was oh my god, dude.
I think
When
it
that
was I think it was in Ted 2 at the convention when Giovanni Ribisi's character is trying to find
yes.
him and he's hiding in the
Sweet Caroline, ba ba
Bum, bum,
ba.
Yeah,
bum.
he just can't help himself but finish it.
Yup. Mm-hmm.
That's good. Good stuff.
Yeah, no, dude, it was there were some heartfelt moments in it. I actually saved the soundtrack for the movie in my library and admittedly saved both versions of Sweet Caroline, one from the movie and one by the actual song by Neil Diamond, to
Mhm.
my workflow playlist. But there was some songs that were in the movie that I really like. I really liked. The one song is called "Play Me." I I can never remember the rest of the song, but the one part, the chorus says, "You are the sun, I am the moon. You are the words, I am the tune. Play me." It's so good.
Oh yeah.
So good, and it's a duet. But, oh, man, dude, he's got so many so many great songs, and this movie really showcased some of the really good ones that I and that's one of the things that Hugh Jackman's character really stresses in this, like, everybody always wants to hear Sweet Caroline, but Neil Diamond has so many other great songs. I honestly, this movie with it having Hugh Jackman in it, 9.5.
Okay.
9.5. It was good. It was heartfelt. It showed some real life, like, possibilities. Like, I mean, clearly because it's based on a true story, but oh my gosh, dude, it had some really dark moments, it had some really heartfelt moments, and it had some really sad moments.
Such is
Like,
the life of a rock star.
one moment at the very end, which I won't mention because again, it's not part of the trailer. Maybe it's questionable because it's based on a true story, so we already know what happens, but not a lot of people know this story. Again, this is on a Neil Diamond tribute band, not Neil Diamond himself.
Right. Right.
But it was good. I really liked it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look into this one.
Brooksy, what you got
Yep.
for us?
I'm actually going to talk about my absolute favorite piece of music media ever. in relation to a special or movie or TV show or anything like that. I am going to talk about 2021's Bo Burnham's Inside. Um,
I've seen
I
this.
feel you've seen it, Nick. Have you seen this as well?
When did it come out? During the pandemic?
Uh, Towards the end of it in 2021.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was a
I
Netflix special. It was a
I don't
thing
think
that
I
he did.
have.
Mhm.
I don't think I have. I need to go and watch this. I love Bo Burnham.
You do.
He is so fucking funny.
I can't express to you how thought provoking and how incredible and how well thought and moving and inspiring and damning and disassociative that this special is. It's about an hour long. I've always been a big fan of Bo Burnham. Like I watched his comedy specials on Comedy Central, and I know that he had, kind of taken a hiatus for some time. So I wasn't even aware that he was working on a special or anything at that point. I just remember being
I just
at
added it to
my
my library.
I remember I remember just being at my house looking through Netflix and seeing Bo Burnham's Inside, and I read the description of it, and it's essentially him working through his comedy and his own personal thoughts during the pandemic. That's very much what this is. The entirety of it. And Nick, I know that you just saved the album of it, and I will tell you the album is phenomenal. I listen to it very regularly. This is one of those things that I think should be intended, at least for the very first time, watching it.
Yeah, this is a
Because
visual
the
experience.
It is. It is a essentially it's like an hour long music video with a lot of social commentary peppered in throughout the entire thing.
And sock
But
puppets.
and sock puppets. The entirety
love
of
Bo
it
Burnham.
is shot. Dude, it's literally the entire thing is shot in his guest house
Yep.
that he has in LA.
Yep.
The entirety of
Nice.
it.
That's why
It
it's
is
called
him socially
Inside.
distancing.
It's got the title Inside has a lot of it's a layered meaning.
It does.
It's layered meanings.
It does.
It's inside the house, it's inside his mind, you know.
But it's literally him. He talks about it towards the end of it. He took a hiatus from comedy, wasn't quite sure what he was doing. He just had a lot of anxiety, and while on stage, and like that's not a great place as a comedian to have anxiety is on stage. So he worked through his things with his mental health,
Yeah.
started to get better, was starting to get ready on doing a tour, and then COVID hit,
Oh no.
and all of that got washed away. But he still wanted to be able to do something for his fans and to still create comedy.
Yeah.
And so he did it in a like almost like documentary with a lot of social commentary and weird little jokes kind of in between songs for an hour long. And it is some of the most incredibly hilarious,
Yeah.
however, incredibly depressing, very introspective
So this is his
music you can hear.
dark humor. Okay.
And it's
This is
also
very
like
dark.
I would describe it as skits as songs, but also skits and
Yeah.
songs, because there's skits, there's songs, but then the songs are also skits. There's like there's a punchline, there's a juxtaposition to all of it. It's like doing stand up through music. And it's
Yep.
Okay.
like you can tell just by the titles of some of the songs too, like White Woman's Instagram and stuff like
Yeah.
that. The
And sexting and like
yeah, and like it is his typical stuff. The song about everything you can find on the internet. He talks about all the good and bad things on the internet, and like and conspiracy theorists and stuff. And then he like stops and gets super serious for a bit about children growing up, and then goes back to the goofy shit. It's
Yeah.
that this is the kind of thing I think you can only truly appreciate if you're already a Bo Burnham fan. So it's good that you are, because I've
Yeah.
tried showing this to some other people, and I think it was a bit too absurdist for them. It was.
I fucking love Bo Burnham.
I
He's so
genuinely
funny.
like when I say that this special, when I say it is a true stroke of genius in my opinion,
Yeah.
and how he approaches it, the camera angles that he uses, the lighting that he uses, the documentary aspect of him recording himself while he's just doing things or having a actual mental breakdown at a point in it. It shows a very real and a very raw Bo Burnham, and then he'll pivot immediately to like a random video of just like him like being all silly and happy, and then
Yeah.
move to another song that's incredibly dark. You know, like a few noteworthy songs for me personally. My favorite will probably always be How the World Works, and that does include a sock puppet, Socko. But it started.
That's
It
about
literally
the point
starts
where
about,
I lost people I tried to show it to. It was
dude.
like,
I know that's
it's just
the best part.
it's like it's what happens at the end of that really loses them, you know.
Yeah, well,
It's
it's a litmus test for me.
Yes, exactly.
I love
But like
sock-
literally,
I love
like
sock-
it's like,
the idea of sock puppets is just, to me, it's
Dude.
hilarious.
Just wait till
dude,
you
I'm
see what
telling you,
happens.
like, it's
I'm glad you like
almost
fucked
like,
up shit because
It really feels like it's almost like a Sesame Street skit at the very beginning
Oh,
of it, where
fucking
it's like
bet.
Bo Burnham is trying to act like you know, like the super happy-go-lucky children's show person of like, you know, like this is how the world works. From, you know, a bee drinks from the flower and leaves
Yeah.
with its pollen. A squirrel in a tree spreads the seeds that have fallen. Everything works together. Like, and then he brings out Socko, and Socko's like, "Yo." He was like, "Hey, Socko, like, how does the world work for you in your eyes?" And he was like, "Oh, you probably already said what I've already said." And he was like, "I'll give it a try." And he's like, "All right. The simple narrative taught in every history class is demonstrably false and pedagogically classist. Don't you know that the world is built with blood and genocide and exploitation? The global network of capital essentially functions to separate the worker from the means of production, and the FBI killed Martin Luther King. Private property is inherently
God.
theft, and neoliberal fascists are destroying the left, and every politician, every cop on the street protects the interests of the pedophilic corporate elite." This came out in 2021, might I additionally add. When I say,
Holy fuck.
It goes from Sesame Street
yeah.
to Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared real quick. Like
It
it
is, when I say it is a true, genuine stroke of genius, I really mean that. You know, on the sadder side of things,
Dear
like
God.
that funny feeling where the whole song is essentially like trying to live in today's world where we're pushing like positivity and product and capitalism and all these things, when the world is dying and there's war ravaging and everything else. Like, it literally starts with like stunning 8K resolution meditation app in honor of the revolution. It's half off at the Gap. Like,
Man.
the tongue in cheek is incredible, but I will say, like, the crescendo of this special
Uh-huh.
is also it's the most impactful moment, and it's a song called All Eyes on Me, and it's not only an incredible song to listen to,
Mhm.
but it is the way he records it and the lighting that he uses, and as he goes and descends further into madness, you can
Yeah.
see it on him. He'll pick up the camera and just start swirling around in it in his room at a POV angle. And it's got some of like some really heavy moments in it, that I absolutely love. Like, you hear like the crescendo of it's like, you say the ocean's rising, like I give a shit. You say the whole world's ending, honey, it already did. You're not gonna slow it. Heaven knows you tried. Got it, good. Now get inside. It is such
Fucking-
it's so great. But
It's
you also
poetic.
have like, it's poetic. It is like, when I say it is a stroke of true, genuine genius, like I really mean that. But you also
Yeah.
have like the Jeffrey Bezos songs that are fucking hilarious. Like,
Oh yeah, the Jeff Bezos song is
yeah.
pretty funny. I think I think my favorite is probably Problematic. Something about the beat of that one just
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, that one's
Like,
good.
yeah, and dude, Problematic isn't the whole thing. White women's Instagram, sexting, FaceTime with my mom, like the entire thing is great, and
That
it does
white
something that I
woman's
really
Instagram does
love.
that thing I mentioned before too, where most of the song is all jokey and making fun of the shit you'd normally see on a white
Yeah,
woman's Instagram, but then there's like one part where it gets actually sad and serious for a minute,
really
and
sad
then
and heavy,
it
and then
goes
lifts
back to
back
the
up.
fucking jokes. Yeah, like
But the entire thing is, as he's mentioning these things that you would see on a white woman's Instagram, he's actually posing in the video in all of
yep,
these different things, like
yep,
latte foam art, and he's holding
yep.
like a Starbucks cup, going, yes, like
A quote,
it's
a quote from Lord of the
genius.
Rings, incorrectly attributed to
Directly
Martin Luther
attributed to
King.
Martin Luther
Yeah,
King.
yeah.
Like it is so good. Like it is. I will tell you. Ever since I watched it for my birthday, and
I'm
I
going to add it to my
remember
Netflix list
I
right
remember
now.
watching it, and
Yes.
like I felt seen because it was 2021. We were just kind of getting through COVID at that point, and like there's a line in one of his songs where he says, "Googling derealization and hating what you find." Um, and if you haven't Googled derealization, do it. It may be something that you've personally experienced. It's something that I experience quite frequently. And it just hit me. It hit me like a ton of bricks. And it is a very cathartic watch and listen for me at this point. I do actually watch it every year now for my birthday. And I
Nice.
have done that since 2021. And like if I'm in a personal bad mood, I do listen to the album in my car, and I will belt out those lyrics to the top of my lungs. And it is heavy, but it's also there is comedy and whimsy that goes along with it, and it just hits me, man. So I will tell you with this, like, to give it a score, I am gonna give a very, very rare. I think I've only given it twice ever on the show. This is a 10 out of 10 thing for me.
Ooh,
It really is.
that's high
And I mean
praise.
that
Yeah,
I
fair.
mean that with my whole chest. Like, you guys, I think the only things I've given a 10 out of 10 on is Sinners and KCD2.
Yeah.
Bo Burnham's Inside is a 10 out of 10 experience. It really is. If you haven't watched it, please, Nick, I can't wait for when you actually do. It's only like an hour long.
Hour and a
And
half.
it is. Oh, it's an hour and a half. Oh,
Yeah.
that
I just
maybe
checked.
with the.
I added it
I
to
was
my
like,
list on Netflix.
okay, cool. I was like, it may be an yeah, because it has like the actual little skits and everything that aren't in the album itself. But dude, it is the single best piece of music media for me personally that's ever been created. It is perfect in my eyes. There is nothing that is better than Bo Burnham's Inside for me.
I will definitely give it a watch, and I will probably do that within the next few days.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait to hear it. Um, now that I've gotten to talk about one of my many loves in life, are you ready to bring it on home, Justin?
Yeah, so I'm going to recommend a game that I think you would actually enjoy playing, Brooksy.
Okay.
For you, Nick, I think it would be a little too hard. You would still appreciate it, but the combat is on the challenging side on purpose. But
Oh.
Okay.
this is a music focus game where the narrative and the gameplay are all music surrounded, and it's called No Straight Roads. It's an indie game from a few years back. I may have mentioned it in passing now every now and then. I think it's a very underrated indie gem. But this is a game where you play as an indie rock band called Bedbunk Junction. There's two members, Mayday and Zook. They live in a town called Vinyl City, and the idea of this city is that the energy is music. Like, music creates energy that powers the districts, and because of that, the highest rated artists in the area actually have control over all the districts because they have control over the power, which gives them control over the districts. So as of right now, the city is being controlled by the evil EDM empire, who has final say in this like audition competition of who gets to join as ranking members of their label, and the NSR, no straight roads, that's the label. um and the whole thing is rigged because it's being run by the elites, and it's all,
Hmm.
those who are most popular are also the ones that are directly responsible for the energy, and therefore they get to control the energy. So
Hmm.
Zook and Mayday, that's the name of the two characters that you play as. They decide that they're going to stand up against this empire, and one by one, you go to each district and fight the artist there in combat. So it's basically, this is a couple of things. It's a 3D platformer game where you are at first trying to, you go through these little levels where you're trying to get from point A to the boss, and then you get to the boss, and that's where the music part of this really comes in, because this is not a rhythm game, it's an anti-rhythm game. Because in this game, the bosses that you fight, they move to the music, and in order to land your attacks and avoid their attacks, you actually want to play against the music that's playing, not with it.
Okay.
And so it kind of lends to the whole, you're fighting them, so you are literally using a guitar and drums as weapons too, so you are fighting the EDM music with rock music in this. And I know it sounds really biased, like they're trying to say EDM is evil and rock is good, but actually I will tell you that the game actually ends on kind of a let's work together to defeat a greater evil kind of note. And
Okay.
that's represented in the soundtrack too, because while the first time you go up against each of these bosses, they'll have each of their own things. You go up against a DJ, a Vocaloid, a K-pop band, everything that falls under the EDM category, right?
Hmm.
You go up against each of them. Um, but there are remixes to each of their songs. There's a rock version and an EDM, and then there's a version that mixes the two together as well in each of them. So if you decide to replay the game, you can go back and like do the boss battles again, but like with different soundtrack.
Wow.
There's like boss rush modes and stuff and challenges. And not only that, but the game has a skill tree too, and each character plays different. You can switch between Mayday and Zook, and the other one will be controlled by AI, or you can do co-op and have the other player control the other character.
Okay.
Mayday is more of a damage dealer. Her guitar is like a heavy melee weapon, and Zook is more of
Hmm.
a support character. His drums are about building combos and putting out support like turrets and stuff that shoot at the enemies. Um, but they each play differently, and I found myself switching between them a lot when I played it. It's been a while. I did beat the game, but I did find it surprisingly hard. You
Okay.
take a decent chunk of damage, and some of the enemies' attacks are pretty fucking relentless. I actually do have a some recordings on YouTube of a couple of the different boss battles that I went through. If you guys ever want to see them, they are. I like them. I like the variety too. You would think it's all just like beats, like EDM beats, but it's not. Like I said, the first guy you fight is a DJ, and he's the
Uh,
easiest one. But as it goes, there's this one character you fight, like she's a piano prodigy, and her
Hmm.
music is all mostly classical, like Beethoven type stuff. But then one of the remixes to it is it mixes that classical piano stuff with EDM beat drops.
oh,
So it's like
nice.
the piano is like dun 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 dun, like Beethoven shit, but then the beat's going boom, bum 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 in the background. Um,
Yeah.
so it mixes it quite well, and there's a lot of Cuphead type stuff in here, like when they're shooting music
Nice.
music notes at you, and you're trying to parry the notes back at them and stuff like
Uh-huh.
that in
Hmm.
certain fights. I think this is a game like Nick, you would like the music. Like the soundtrack for this game would really resonate with you.
Okay.
All of the boss battle themes in the soundtrack are just called verses and then the boss. And then the remixes are like verses, boss name, EDM version, versus boss name, rock version, you know. But the
Hell
the
yeah.
the soundtrack for No Straight Roads, Nick, definitely check it out. You would like the music for this. But for you, Brooksy, I think you should definitely check out the game itself. There's a
Okay.
updated version on Steam called No Straight Roads Encore Edition that's $25 normally, but it does go on sale a lot. Um, I think because you like challenging games, I think you would like the challenge here, and I think you would like the music here too. You know, because even though the the music is coming from the people you're fighting, it's presented very respectful in every aspect. Like this game, yep, Yep, that's the one, Nick. This game put a lot of work into the rock music and the EDM music. Like, they both get equal amounts of love because that's kind of the point. And that is like the message of the narrative by the end too, is let's not fight, let's work together. You know? Um yep. Yeah, Encore Edition has extra tracks too. Um I haven't played the Encore edition of the game. I played the original version when it first came out, and it made my top 10 that year. I don't know what's been added in the Encore edition, but I do kind of want to go back and play it.
Christmas version?
Yes, they did do one year they added free Christmas DLC. They updated they added like Christmas remixes of each of the boss fights.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's something like that game flew under everyone's radar, but they like still they still supported the hell out of it even after it came out, you know, which I respect the hell out of that. Um I really think, you know, I was on the money with Chronos the New Dawn, Brooksy, for you enjoying the challenge. So I think I'm on the money with this one too. I think you'd like No Straight Roads for the challenge
Okay.
alone, you know.
Yeah, I just added it to my list. Like that. Yeah, it looks cool.
These boss battles they're challenging. I'm not gonna lie. Those are challenging ass boss battles. So the timing, you have to have really good timing in a lot of stuff, especially the parrying. So, and I know you love a good parry timing. So
I do. I very much do.
well, that'll wrap it up for us then. Oh, No Straight Roads, by the way, if I remember correctly, I think I would have gave that game like a solid 8.5 out of 10 back then.
Okay.
I would have to
Cool.
play it again to give an updated review, but it's, you know, truth be told, I don't think I ever finished the final boss battle. I think I found the very last fight way too hard, and I just watched the ending on YouTube. but I made it that
And,
far, so
Song Blue is streaming on Peacock for anybody that wants to watch it.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Fair enough. Alrighty. Well, that'll do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for listening and or watching. You can leave us a comment down below on Spotify or YouTube. Smash that like button on YouTube. Leave us a rating on Apple Podcasts. Thank you to Podsurf FM for hosting us. Well, we pay you to host us, but still. Hosted by Podsurf FM. Music clips from YouTube. I got stingers from the free YouTube library. Nick can be found on all the things at The Gaming Fiend 1. Brooksy on Instagram and TikTok at Brooksy My Boy. Thank you also to Sarah for behind-the-scenes help. And as always, we will catch you in the next one. Good night, everybody.
Later.